Alright, you want to know how to find baddies on Instagram? Well, I'm here to tell you exactly how to do that today. And before we get into this, as I've been saying in every damn video, if you want to get any type of girls on any type of social media platform, you're going to have some type of presence. This consists of having a profile picture of you, not no anime picture, not no cartoon character, not no goofy shit, not no black screen, a picture of you with pictures on your profile of you carrying yourself in the best light. Now, you also have to be public for this to work. And mind you, before we get into this, I want to say that this is all a numbers game. Depending on who you are and the social status that you have, your numbers will fluctuate on how many follow backs you get and how many follow backs you don't get. Now, when I used to do this, I would get anywhere from about 11 to 12, and I would probably go on a following spree from 25. But we're finna go and we're gonna get right into the video. We're gonna start off with high school. Alright, so starting off in the ages of high school, there's two things that you could really do. Well, there's not really two things you could really do. There's about four damn things you could really do. But it's all going to depend on the location that you live in. Because I know not every location is going to have a high school where they have the finest of Westover, the finest of Leesville, whatever school you go to. So the first two main things that you could do is either find a very popular girl who goes to your school or find a guy who gets a lot of women. Now, with the girl, I will say it's going to be less of a ratio of you getting a follow back just because you're going on a whim. And trust me, there's a method to the madness when you go to the guy's profile. But with the girl, you're going to go on basically on her profile and you're going to follow all the bad bitches you see in her followings, her followers, her comment sections, her highlight tags, all that, bro. You're basically just going to skim through her profile and following every bad bitch you see. Now, with the guy, the reason why I said there's a method in the madness with the guy is because preferably you want to find a guy who looks like you. So let's say you're an athlete with dreads. You want to find another guy who's kind of an athlete with dreads. Follow him, go through all his followers, and then follow all the girls that you find attractive. Now, this is better because, bro, y'all are going to basically be in the same phenotype to where a girl might like him, right? And her type might be an athlete with dreads and dark skin, right? And boom, you're going through his list. He already has the blueprint laid out for you. You follow all these girls, boom, there's a greater chance of them coming back to follow you because y'all fit in the same type of nigga. You feel me? Now, with the female thing, when you go on the females, it's kind of like, because you know you're just following a female, you don't know the phenotype. You're probably gonna have a worse off ratio by doing that. Now, if you do that with the nigga, you're probably gonna have a better follow back ratio with doing this. And then on top of that, let's say you go and you go through a nigga who don't look like you. Let's say you're a dark skinned athlete with dreads and you go through a light skinned nigga with curly hair. You're probably not gonna have the best ratio. Like, I'm telling you, when I was in high school, I used to do this. There's this popular nigga in my town, and I don't really want to pull up his Instagram or nothing because we're not really cool like that. But there's this popular nigga in my town. I'll go through his Instagram. He had about, I want to say 3K followers, bro. Go through that shit, follow every bad bitch I seen, bro. And since he was light skinned, I'm light skinned, bro. We kind of fit the same phenotype. I would have a good ratio. My ratio would be anywhere from 12 to 25, which is actually pretty good because you're not going to go for 100. And plus, I didn't really have that big of a social status back then, and my pictures are kind of But trust me, bro, that actually works. Now, this is the other thing that I was talking about. I know not every community is going to have one of these, and I got very lucky in the town that I live in, but we have something called Westover's Finest. And basically, it's this thing where it's like the people at my school, they would post the people who were supposed to be, you know, the finest of that school. And you could go through it, and you could follow all the people you find attractive. Now, this wasn't the only page in my hometown. Basically, every school in my hometown has one of these pages. So we have Pine Forest Finest, 71st Finest, Cape Fear's Finest, Hoke's Finest, bro. We have all these high schools that I could go through and basically find girls that I find attractive on there and say, ooh, she's bad, I'm gonna follow her, and then wait for a follow back. Now, not only did we have that, right, we also had the fucking city's finest, right? So we had a Fadeville's Finest, and this shit had clout. As you can see, this shit had 2,902 followers, and they would post again all the people who were quote unquote fine. And I used to just go through this and I would find the finest people that I found attractive, and I would say, ooh, she's bad, and I'd follow her, wait for my follow back, ooh, she's bad. And back in the day, bro, ratios from 11 to 25, 11 of them following me back out of 25 that I followed, bro. I feel like that's pretty good numbers. You can't go 100%. That was about 50-40%, and it was just a method I used to do back in the day. Now, for the people who are out of high school and you're more so in the college age, this is where it's going to be a little bit more tricky unless they have, you know, the college of finest. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to find these college pages, especially like, you know, the main college page, like North Carolina A&T University has this main college page, and they post, you know, people who do activities and stuff. You can basically go through the followers. You can basically go to the, you know, cheerleaders page if they have a cheerleaders page, look through that. And then another thing that you can really do is, you know, those pages, I couldn't find one, but it's those pages where the freshmen introduce themselves and they're like, hi, my name is JD. I'm coming from Westover High School in Fadeville. I will be majoring in fucking business. I am an athlete. And they just tell you about yourself. Now, the thing about these pages is you can find a girl on there who's like literally just posted herself on there, and the chances of you getting a follow back is pretty high, especially if she knows that you're gonna go sit at school, because these pages are really meant for you to like introduce yourself to other people and meet other people before you go off to college. So if you can get on one of those pages and you can scroll down and you can find all the girls that you think are attractive on there and follow them, you'll probably have a better chance of getting a follow back on there as well. On top of, I know not every college has like a local bar or a local club community, but if you can find like, you know, someone who promotes, like a party promoter or a popular club that everyone in your college goes to, that's also a good standing to, you know, just find it, go through the followings, go through the pictures, go through the likes, the comments and stuff. For example, I go to Club Still Life a lot, and you know, either UNC, ECU, it don't even really matter. And as you can see, it's like a lot of people getting posted. These likes are very crowded with like people. I can just find people that I find attractive if I want to find anyone. It's basically like, you know, a whole lot of girls to look at, a whole lot of girls to find for real. And then if you're getting out there in the real world and you're not in the college age, it's going to become way more scarce on how to find women, because let's be real here, bro. Less people are really on Instagram. They're more focused on their careers, their family and shit. But you're basically going to go out in the real world and you're going to find like a grown ass adult club. For me, in my hometown, it would be this club called Halo. And you basically just go through it, bro. Go through the likes. Look at the bitches that you find attractive or some shit, right? Now, the more you post on Instagram and the more you get yourself out there, I want to say this as well, is the better opportunity you will have for these actual women to find you rather than you going out looking for them. Because when you post, you're going to get suggested more. You're going to pop up on their explore page. You're just going to put yourself out there way more. And it's very better to post on Instagram and just put yourself out there, because every time I post it, I've got, you know, maybe a couple followers from posting, a couple female followers on top of that. Now, it's not going to be nothing crazy. You're not going to go from 100 followers to fucking 500 followers because you posted one time. But obviously, the more you post and the better your content is on Instagram, the more people who are gonna come in and say, oh, this nigga's attractive, like this nigga's putting this shit on, oh, I fuck with this nigga's aura, let me follow this nigga. And that's honestly a better way than going out and looking for bitches to come to you. Just build your Instagram up. But I know that a lot of people don't have their Instagram built up, and they rather know how to actually find girls on Instagram, find baddies on Instagram in a simple way. And at the end of the day, bro, it's all a numbers game, bro. So you might follow 50 women and you might only get 10 followers back. But of course, obviously, the more social status you have, the more fucking presence you have on Instagram, the more followers you're gonna get back. So if you don't have a fucking profile set up, bro, you can't expect to get that good of results. But if you do have a profile set up, you should be getting pretty good results, and you should pretty much be getting leads off of it. It's really up to you at the end of the day.